You know what? Kind of weird tops. Weird subject here. Let me put my cigarette out. Show the world that I'm not just a fucking animal. All right. I noticed, like when I was a kid, I never had acne, and lately I've been dealing with a lot. Right, in the last couple of years, I think a lot of it was, uh, I think a lot of it is toxins. Toxins. Our body is just like absorbs toxins, and it's just a theory. And I'm not a dermatologist, and I don't think a dermatologist. I know. Everybody knows a pimple is a fucking pore that's infected. But I notice, notice it around a puberty, or when, funny, I was never able to actually say that word before. Well, but anyway, yeah, when you start getting hairs and stuff, right? Now I noticed like my acne started like a year or two ago. I honestly think it was because my mom was actually. I think my mom literally like was like trying to get us fucking sick. She's a hypochondriac. Always thinks she's sick. Always, and just she's always been that way. And I believe that like she had something wrong with her, and but she's also like the kind of person where she always goes to the doctor. She already knows what's in her head. What it is what she wants it to be. But if the doctor diagnoses her with something else, it fucking irritates her. And then like say they can't find, and then not to mention she wants to be sick, and if they can't find something wrong, yeah, that really irritates her. But I honestly think that for one, I see I was working all the time, so I was drinking bottled water, and not to mention I have God, so God keeps me well. The Holy Spirit protects me, and the well room is right over there, in that room, that little closet over there. Where the fuck is? Okay, where that bureau is over there. And when my dad died, I had a vision that black this black fucking angel, this black creature of death came through and killed him. And the day before he died, and all of a sudden last summer, I was I was getting well of something, and I was drinking tons of water. I kept water, and all of a sudden one day I was like, I just started drinking water here, and usually I drink like iced tea and shit like that. I never drank water here. I never drank a lot of water here, except for like coffee. And then when I drank the coffee, it spoiled. But anyway, yeah, God told me that the water was no good, and my well is like 700 feet deep. And it's a natural artesian well. And what it was is, all of a sudden I went out to check. Like God told me to go check the well, and sure enough, I go out to the well, and there was this old chimney block I had. It's like a round, square cinder block that's huge. It's a big, like a chimney cinder block. She had that over the top of the well, and she had it covered with a board, but just enough to where like it wasn't covered, but it was where like leaves and all kinds of shit were on in the chimney block. So like the literally wellhead was buried with like dead leaves, rotting leaves, and shit like that. Instantly, as soon as I took the block off, the fucking thing had like those little trilobite little things, fucking all kinds of fucking, little picture just digging through the ground in the woods. You know how many fucking bugs and insects and probably rodents. I mean, that well cap's not sealed. It's not sealed. So I think, just like my mom, she could burn water, freaking, fucking covered the well, and I literally think the well was getting poisoned, and I think that's what was getting, I think the demon in her wanted her to do this. It was a plan of the devil, and usually when I learn, like when I get a message from like the divine, it's usually in section. It's in three. If I get that message like three times, like say I watch a video and all of a sudden this person talks on it, this person talks on it, that person talks on it. Shit, I just blew it up. Now the devil's hearing me. But anyway, yeah, usually I take that as a message, Messages of 3. Now I gotta change it up. Now me and God have to figure out another way. That's why we speak in tongues, you know. That way the devil can't hear you. Only you and God have that language. But yeah, the well was poisoned. And all of a sudden when I started drinking the water here, I started like throwing up. All of a sudden I just started throwing up. I was chugging water one day. And I look and the fucking well was covered, and I'm talking it was not even normal how many insects and nasty fucking things were in the shit that was covered over that well. Fuck, how did I get here? Anyway, but yeah, so I think the well was bad, the water was bad. And if it's the only thing you're drinking is the water, you're gonna get sick and die, you know? And I think that was part of what killed my dad. And whether my mom knows it or not, I don't know, man. I sometimes I think, I mean, she's demonic, but she's also a human, you know. So it's sorry, I just got up a little while ago. I got boogers and shit stuck to my nose. But yeah, anyway, but I don't drink the water, but I started getting acne and shit, really bad. Like my whole body was covered, like literally, like 4 years I was covered in acne. I think God might have let me get covered with acne for one, birth control. Good birth control. If you're covered in, I'm not a dirtbag, all right? I'm not a dirtbag, if you know what I'm getting at. You know, the birds and the bees, and, you know, if you got something growing on your skin, I don't know. I wouldn't be the kind of guy that I could go rub my bad skin on somebody. It wouldn't sit right with me. So yeah, I think one of the reasons is that, you know, good birth control. So God uses everything. Everything the devil brings, God will use, you know. So say I didn't have acne, you know, maybe I would have ended up either way. Yeah, when I had this acne, I wasn't gonna go, I wasn't, definitely no women were at risk of getting pregnant. You know. It's funny, in the Bible God speaks of acne a lot, you know, sores and stuff like that, and I've experienced a lot of it. Skin issues, blood issues, the blood. Notice the blood. I just see these traits. I just see these the singularities, or whatever you call them. You know, the blood and skin, bad skin, blood, bad skin, dead skin. You know, death, life. That's where the Bible. It is words of God. I mean, how the fuck do these people have that information back then? You know what I mean? Because you know, they didn't have microscopes and shit. Maybe they did. I believe that. I believe this world was inhabited by a highly intelligent race of beings at one time. The Nephilim were part angel, part human. And by the way, I think that is why God wiped the world out. Actually, there's no doubt about that's why. I believe that I'm an old soul, and I believe I was here. I believe that I was here. I was one of the old souls that was here when I believe that I believe that part of my soul. I might be wrong, but sometimes I believe that I'm an old soul, and I've been here a few times, and I've been here back in the day. You know what I mean? And because I also noticed, like, I like literally think that sometimes I know people that I like see on the internet or whatever. And I'm like, man, there's something about that like woman that just, I don't know. It's like I literally, there's literally people I come across on like see like on like videos or whatever, and it's like I love them. I like feel like love for them, that like almost like I know them. It's wild. It's like I know them. I've also had dreams where it's like, before my dad died, I was telling him I was having dreams of like a woman. I was like literally see it. I was literally like living a life that I loved. I was like, where I like had like I had a wife and like or a girlfriend or whatever. I don't know. I had somebody, and I actually had like a family and shit. And it was like, and it sucked because I kept waking up, and I'd have this dream. And it's like I'm in that world, you know what I mean? And I was like living the good life, you know what I mean? Then just to wake up and I'm in this world, it sucks, Anyway, yeah, but and sometimes I think maybe that's like an old life I lived or something. Again, like I remember like the woman and shit, you know what I mean? Or like the kids and shit. And it's weird because when I wake up with dreams, I forget. I can't really remember my dreams. Only just like little tiny specks of it. But it's just like I just remember waking up and being like so mad that I'd be awake because it's like almost like I'm like living the fucking dual. I forget what they would call that. You know what I mean? Split universe kind of shit. Split. I don't know. Whatever. I wish I could fucking remember words when I want to say them. It's hard for me to put words into like. Oh, but acne, yeah, acne. But yeah, I noticed maybe that's why my skin got fucked up is from the water. Could be. And I noticed my skin's been fucked up. And of course, my skin was fucked up. And I actually noticed the less I touch it, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I noticed when you're in school, like my brother had acne. The kid was always putting stuff on his face, always putting stuff on his body, always scrubbing himself and shit like that. And I started doing that. And I noticed when the less I do that, the better it started clearing up. The less attention I gave it, the more it started clearing up. And just an hour ago, I noticed like right here, I get like little blackheads. And what they are is their hairs that are growing, but they're not coming out of the hair. It's like the hair's because it's plugged with soap and dead. It's plugged. So instead of growing out like it should, it's actually staying glued under the hole. And I noticed the last couple days, all I've been using is water, just very little soap, just water on just soap on like washing my hands or something like that. And I noticed like the less soap, because like the last couple years I've been buying different kinds of soaps, right? And it just occurred to me, actually God or my angel just pointed it out to me, that the soap is actually clogging the pore. It's actually it's soap. It's clogging the pore. And I believe that that's what causes this shit. It clogs your pores. And it makes sense, Like I don't know, as I just started using just like water any like time I get a pimple or something, and I just use just straight water, and all of a sudden, man, it's like that next day that fucking pimple is gone. And if I use soap or something, it's like almost like it gets worse. It gets like red and infected, like looking, and I believe that the soap actually gets into the pore. I believe that because the pore's already infected, so it's opening up. So it's got to be like open, and then it just doesn't make. The more I think about it, anything you're gonna put on your body is not natural. Like why does your dog? You never give your dog a shower, or what I mean? Most people don't give their dog showers every fucking day. How come they don't have acne all over them? Or you know what I'm saying? Just a thought, But yeah, I think I noticed I'd just been washing my face with just straight water, nothing else. Yeah, I mean when I take a shower, I use a little bit of soap. I use some soap, but And I don't like thinking I'm fucking Rican, you know, but stinking, you know, Rican, not Puerto Rican, but you know. Yeah, I noticed that I've just been using water, and man, shit, just any clogged pores just open right up, and like the next day they're fucking mint. And my theory is that using soap and stuff is actually like, you know, like in the shower. Why do you get soap scum? If soap's so good, why does your shower get dirty? Why does your shower get dirty from the thing you're using to clean yourself? You know, that's soap scum. You know, why is it the one thing you're using to clean yourself gets the shower fucking ultra dirty? I don't know why wouldn't you have soap scum on your skin? You know. But yeah, no. If you're experiencing pimples and shit, try just washing your face with just water, nothing else. Try just water, nothing else. Uh, you know, pray over it. Ask God to anoint the water, and just use water, nothing else. And if it works, it works. I'll tell you what. I think that's what God told me to do, and it's worked. See ya.